Hey, it's Benji Cole, son of Al Cole from CBS Radio and host of the syndicated talk show, People of Distinction. A talk that gives you an in-depth view of some of the most dynamic, intelligent, and successful people on the planet. Run to our website, alcoleenterprises.com for more info. Email me through benji@alcoleenterprises.com if you'd like to get involved with what we have going. And as always, please continue to like and follow our broadcasts. People of Distinction is internationally syndicated solely due to the love and support that you all continue to give. We're available across all major distributors, and as long as you keep following, we're going to continue to put out the content. Now sit back and strap in, because on the line with us today, we have the impressive Michael Allen Bell. And we're going to be discussing his incredible book, 40/40, 40 Years of Career Life Advice in 40 Minutes. It's Amazon, it's Barnes & Noble, it's a lot of other places. But to gather everything that he has in store, just so you know, it's about 40 years of information that this man has in store. All right, well, technically it's even more than that. But head on over to his personal website, all right? And that's beta4helps.com. BETA, the number 4, helps.com. There, gather more information on him, on his book, hyperlinks set up to take you to the purchasing pages, and so much more. Again, a one-stop shop for it all. That's beta4helps.com. And I quickly want to take this opportunity and point out the fact that he was brought to us by Author's Task. So for writers out there listening in who have gone through their process and now you need assistance, you know where to go. Head on over to authorstask.com and gather all the ways that their fantastic team is more than equipped to help you do just that. And people, listen, man, you know, we often hear that wisdom takes time. But what if it only took 40 minutes? Nah, okay, all right, I'm having some fun here. But, you know, Michael, he is a man who has spent his life engineering systems, from complex software to knowledge frameworks for decision-making. He's applied that same analytical rigor to the messy human world of career survival. Oh my goodness, do so many of us need this right now. His book is a precise extraction of 40 years of learning into a 40 life-shifting minutes of reading, all right? This is packed with wisdom, but because he's done it in such a concise format, man, we're going to be able to pick this up. We all have busy lives, so you can pick it up, you can read a page or two, you can put it back down and get to it later. There is so much wisdom to be found here, and I promise once we begin discussing it, you're going to understand why you need to add it to your shelf. Sit back, strap in, make sure to have your notebooks ready so you can take down some notes as well. Michael, first and foremost, welcome to the network, and thank you very much for being with us, man. How you doing today?
Great to be with you.
Likewise, man. Listen, it's a pleasure to have you here, Michael. I think so many of us are looking for career paths that are fruitful, that are challenging, but at the same time gratifying, right? And I think so many people feel lost in their current alignment. And I think your book is perfectly timed, man. It's going to help so many people out. So we're looking forward to the discussion. I want to start at that ground floor, though, man. What motivated you to even share all of this professional experience in this concise book?
For a long time at work, I kept a running list of lessons learned, observations, and I thought this could be helpful to others, particularly those starting out or starting over in their careers. I was moved to turn this loose set of notes into an organized set, which I did, and to make it a full book, I added an organizational activity model that I had developed in years past, along with historic and personal context behind some of the lessons.
Mm-hmm. You know, I think that's interesting, man. Your title is unique. It's engaging, right? And obviously you knew that, and I think that has a part to play in why you categorized it that way. But this is obviously not the first book to be written around this subject matter, right? So in that regard, your book is not unique. Now, setting it within a quick 40-minute read, well, that part is. So I want to go there next, man. Why did you choose that package of 40 years of wisdom in a 40-minute quick read? Like, talk to us about your line of thinking behind that.
Well, like most authors, I wanted a title that would be catchy and descriptive. The draft was 40 notebook-sized pages, 40 pages, 40 minutes, catchy. Then to the small paperback format, There's more pages, it's smaller size. But the goal remains to present a quick and easy read, not a lot of verbal elaboration. People could read it in 40 minutes, more or less. Your mileage may vary, but the idea is to present a lot of good information quickly without a lot of fluff.
Mm-hmm. Michael, man, like throughout your long career, was there a particular experience in your career that inspired one of the book's maybe most meaningful chapters in your eyes?
Well, when I started out as a computer programmer, I was fortunate to work with a world expert in the science we were researching. That's ion optics in this case. Our principal investigator knew the secret of achieving results greater and larger than our better funded competitors. With his mini computer, this is, like in the time of the 1980s.
Yeah.
His staff of analysts and a lot of data, we were able to produce better simulations than the national laboratories with their Cray supercomputers. The key, though, was to concentrate on the smallest or most relevant part of the device rather than trying to analyze and model the whole thing. The lesson is focus wins over brute force.
Mm-hmm.
And the other takeaway for me was to relish every opportunity to work with a visionary.
Listen, man, as an entrepreneur, I'm right there with you. I can't remember the exact phrasing that I think you said focus is better than brute force, I believe is how you categorized it. And man, talk about a mic drop, right? Whether it's through people of distinction or previous businesses that I've owned, that has been something that, like, 'cause I remember years ago, and probably my very first, you want to try to or I wanted at that time to try to just be very, I was trying to be very strong, very demanding in lead that way. And I quickly came to the realization that, that brute force is not going to work. You're not going to be able to lead people that way. You're not going to be able to get people to follow you that way. Having that vision, as you've articulated, really can get people on board once they see it with you. And the goal here is to create that unity, right? Is to come together, not try to demand and just expect it to happen. Because a lot of times, man, that's not going to leave you where you need to be. My follow-up that I want to go into now, Michael, still along that leadership style, right? Leadership journey, because your book, of course, discusses that leadership expectation and how we should meet them. So in your mind, what qualities do you believe every successful leader should possess?
Wow, that's a topic for a future book. However, in summary, a good leader fosters collaboration, structure, and good order with group efficiency, similar to a good teacher. They foster progress and achieving results, building consensus, and when necessary, taking decisive action. Good leaders are different things that overlap all at once. At times they're a coach, at times they're a counselor, they're a catalyst, a coordinator, a conductor, a commander. Now, on the other hand, what the typical good leader values in their subordinates, which is what my book is about, are thoughtful preparation, readiness to contribute solutions to opportunities and problem solving, consistency and follow through, and the ability to get things done, overcoming obstacles and eliciting participation.
People, I'm telling you, man, this is a book you need to add to your shelf. I'm going to say it for you one more time. Remember, it's Amazon. It's Barnes & Noble. It's beta4helps.com. Head on over there, purchase your copies of 4040, 40 years of career life advice in 40 minutes. This is one that really is for everyone, right? It's obviously written there for 40 minutes, so it's for that busy person. It's for that professional individual that is constantly on that hamster wheel, jumping from one thing to the next, so they don't have all of this available time. This is catered for you, but I'm going to take it even further for anyone that's out there. It's a great book filled with so much life advice that we're going to be able to take no matter which part of the journey you are on. But I want to go now to a very specific group of professionals with this next one, Michael. For young professionals that are listening in right now, that are just embarking upon their careers, what advice would you give them to build a successful and meaningful future? Because a lot of people, there's a lot of angst happening right now. There's a lot of uncertainty. So what are some words of wisdom you can offer to them?
Well, that's easy. Buy and read 4040. But beyond that, I'll give just a few brief points.
Yeah.
Watch and learn from the most successful senior peers.
Mm-hmm.
Discern their patterns. Be a listener. Become useful. Boost your skill set. Bring solutions instead of problems. This is important. When you ask a question, stop talking and wait for an answer. I encounter so many people that ask a question, keep on talking. Be courteous, be pleasant, work hard, get things done, keep track of what you get done and have yet to do, be organized, and lastly, keep a daily activity log.
Michael, you might not know this, man, but the moment you said that, I swear, my mother just entered the studio with us, okay? Because all I hear now,
No kidding.
in the back of my mind, yeah, Michael, follow me. Because all I hear now in the back of my mind is my mother, she used to say this to me all the time when I was growing up. She's like, Benji, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, bud. I need you to stop talking. I need you to listen in.
Right on.
So the moment you said that, I was like, all of a sudden, wait, hold on. Ma, are you here with me? So I'm going to have to call her when we finish this discussion just so I can plug that because she's going to love hearing it. But no, joking aside, Michael, I think that's a great piece of advice, man. So often how we're so quick to want to speak, to want to put in our 2 cents. Sometimes, man, it's just better for you to just shut up and listen, right? And not always the case. It obviously varies, but there's a lot of good that can come from that, man. Thank you for that advice. Another great piece of information that you talk about in the book, Michael, is you emphasize constructive thinking. I think that's a great piece, man, and a heavy emphasis on the word constructive, right? But how can readers develop a positive mindset even during their most difficult career challenges?
That's a great question. In general, I would say the answer is to persevere. Keep going instead of slacking off. When things get tough and you're not being valued, the tendency is generally to relax. Mm-hmm. And that's the wrong thing to do. The right thing to do is to, if anything, hit the gas. Train up after reflecting on the past and the current situation and making positive adjustments. Then move on and stop looking back. And then finally, I would say, enjoy your time away from work, with family, with friends, and your interests. Create islands of tranquility in your life.
Michael, my final question here for you, man. Listen, we've discussed a lot of information today, but as we close out, if you could leave our listeners with one final piece of career advice from your book, 40/40, what would it be?
Career life is based on personal life, your private well-being, your relationship to your loved ones, and your eternal destiny. Everyone has a future. Best to pick well. God has a plan, a good plan for your life. It's our choice to align or not.
People, listen, man, this book, I said it already, it's filled with great information that's going to be able to meet you where you are. I don't care how old you are. I don't care where you are in your path. It's great career advice, but a lot of the things that are found within, they apply to a career path. But I promise you, man, if you read in between the lines, you can copy and paste it. And this is just great advice for everything. So I'm going to say it again. It's Amazon, Barnes & Noble, beta4helps.com. Head on over there, purchase copies of this incredible book. While you're at it, get it as a gift for someone else to add to their shelf as well. If we all start to come around, we raise our awareness and we have these fruitful conversations like the one we've started to have today, imagine where we could be tomorrow. So you know where to go. I'm going to leave you with some homework, man, but it starts with picking up this book. Michael, first and foremost, man, again, this has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for being a guest on People of Distinction.
This has been a blast for me. I thank you for the opportunity to share with your listeners.